Kamunabi Honbu.
Hi everybody, this is Karasu from the Kamunabi Headquarters here with your pal Cal, Glowplasma, and the homie from Italy, Edo Serafino, here to talk about chapter 78 of Kagurabachi. How you guys doing today?
Doing good. Ready to talk about, what is this, number 78? I should know that. Let me check.
Yeah, 78.
Chapter 78.
I legitimately should have this chapter open if we're about to talk about it. Let me go do that real quick.
Oh shoot, I should too.
No, maybe
Wait,
we
you
all
didn't?
should. Maybe it's a good idea for all of us to open up some of this chapter.
I've got it pulled up.
I do too.
Let's just say, by the way, this chapter was right. We can all agree.
Oh, it was so good.
Absolutely.
Absolutely incredible.
Oh man, and here's the thing, it was well worth the 2 week wait. I don't even care what anybody says. It was worth that wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Got through break week, we lived, and then we got literally like there was so much stuff going on, and so that was so exciting.
Oh yeah, we finally got to see Kuguri's sorcery.
Yes.
That was not on
Honestly,
my...
I wasn't expecting.
That was really cool. I liked Kuguri's sorcery. That was super cool. Oh man,
Yeah, it's very
what
original, I gotta admit.
it was just insane this chapter. Hiruhiko, I'm sorry, I know that Hiruhiko is your baby boy, okay, Cal, but he has been getting binged. Let's just be
I
real.
know, but he's gonna come back.
Yeah, he's gonna come back stronger than ever
yeah,
before.
And I'm really scared he's gonna do
Obviously.
something drastic, but I'm not gonna think about that until we get there. Because I really like him, and if he does something that pisses me off, I'm gonna be really upset.
Here's the thing, he lived. Now, this scene of Samura turning around slowly and saying, "Ow, then," like, oh man, I was scared for Chief.
Dude.
Not even gonna lie.
I know. Scary. Samura's really scary. He scares me.
Samura is a scary fucking character. I mean, mind my cursing. I guess I'll have to put curse one. Scary. He's terrifying.
No, he scares me. He scares me real bad because he kept trying to attack my son, Hiruhiko, and you know what? This can't be happening, you know?
Okay, you know what though? If Hiruhiko was gonna die here, it would have happened.
That's so true. So he's still kicking and life is good.
Oh yeah, Hiruhiko's going to be one of the final threats in this series. He's going to be one of Chihiro's final opponents in Hishaku. I mean, just the way he's been built up is like, he's gotten beat down almost at every level and every battle. Whenever he comes back, I legitimately cannot wait because he is just going to have an awesome moment after an awesome moment showing what he's made of after some training. Maybe he'll actually learn some of the proper sword techniques from Kuguri now, so I just can't wait to see where Hiruhiko goes from here.
Not only this, but he was damn near master of the Kumagiri.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
whenever he has more tools at his disposal, he's just going to go crazy, you know?
Oh yeah. Edo, what are your thoughts when you saw this chapter when it dropped in Italy? What did you think when you first saw Hiruhiko just lying on the floor?
I gotta admit, it was obvious since the start of the round 3 that Hiriko was going to be clapped by Chihiro Samura. But yeah, I was during all the reading of this chapter, I was jumping like a little girl.
Real.
He said I was jumping like a little girl. He said,
Me too.
Yeah, imagine a full grown-ass man in the middle of the street jumping like it was
In the
clip
middle of
from
the street.
like a Barley.
You weren't much better in your chapter review, Cal. You showed me your reaction. You showed the world
Yeah.
your reaction.
You know, and I did dive onto my floor when Hakuri showed up. That did happen.
It did happen. You literally fell over.
No, like I literally dove off of my couch. and I had wonderful form, so that's really good because my floor is tile, so that would have really hurt. But
Let's just be
yeah,
real though. When you said I got home, I took a fat piss. I was dead. I was so dead. Like
I'm glad someone
that
found that
shit,
funny.
that shit had me rolling.
My bathroom decor is beautiful too. My poster, it's great.
It was gorgeous.
Of course, of course.
Okay, so this the whole thing about Samura though, like he said, he's been holding Owl consistently above the skies of Japan for days. He's been holding all of Japan hostage. He repeatedly used Suzaku. It's supposed to drain his spirit energy. Hero said, he says, in theory, anyways, like in theory, anyways, Suzaku's not supposed to be able to revive people. But then he's like, oh, he's already done so many things that were not recorded during the war.
Yeah.
How much has Samura evolved since the war? You know what I mean? Even without Togamu.
So I was gonna say, it's really interesting for that main fact of like, oh, he has not constantly been in battle in those past good amount of years, where it's like he's not been constantly entangled in all these other battles and everything. So it does make it very interesting, like how has he actually grown this much? Because we also know for the past 3 years he's
still been training though.
He has, except he's also forgotten his main goal of Iori along with the general seal that the Masumi did. So it's just very interesting wondering, like, okay, how was he driven past that? And of course, I mean, he had 15 other years, but just to perfect and go beyond what his current levels were during the Seitai War, it's just very interesting to see how he's evolved.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too. What were you about to say, Edo?
Yeah, I was gonna say that during his introductions, uh, I don't remember if it was the narrator or someone else said that Samura was the one leading the war. So during the war, he was already one of the strongest fighters. So
Yeah, that was
how
Dora. That was
fucking
Dora.
strong has become now?
Dora said he was the one who controlled the war.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, if he was that strong before, and he's only been training and training and training, practicing every day still, I mean,
Exactly.
he's blown past the universe at this point. The whole Kagurabachi verse is under his thumb right now.
I mean,
Actually, like
yeah, like
literally.
exactly, like yeah, he can view everybody with Al, so like legitimately, he is a force to be feared.
Oh, I love this mistranslation of Hiyuki's name to Hibiki
Dude, I
because
was
I think,
so confused.
like, I wonder if it's because he just wrote the Hibiki room.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he just accidentally wrote Habiki twice.
Yeah,
Like,
Well,
that's
so like there was a
probably what it
I
is.
so the way I read Hibiki was sound room, but I didn't know that a Hibiki room was actually a type of room in a hotel. Oh, I just thought it said sound room, because that's what Hibiki means, sound. So, but what a Hibiki room is it's a large ground floor room with a private open air onsen, and it's typically got like a veranda that can accommodate up to 4 guests. So it's a large, private, like premium, basically.
Well, you say private, and I mean, it was at least before Kogiri got in there and sliced down the door to try to attack Samura this chapter. I mean, it was doing its job, but much like the rest of Kyoto Bloodshed Hotel, yeah, it's not doing its job too well after this main battle.
Yeah, it's not doing his job anymore.
Nah, not
Twilight Wave. Twilight Wave was so
Honestly,
cool.
when I first read the Hibiki, I thought that it was the name of the guy with some sort of crown in his head with all the tools that senses the enemy presence.
Oh, which guy are you talking about again?
The first thing we see when the scene switches to Tokyo, that there's this guy in like some meditation pose in a
Oh, you mean like the sensor type guy?
yeah, that one. I thought
Yeah,
Hibiki was his name.
that would be cool. Because I mean, like he became sound, and like it kind of seems
Eh,
like that dude was cool. I really thought that the guy who was sensing around the barrier was super cool looking.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
He looked so badass. Like that was one of the best drawn sorcerers in the series so far.
And also, I mean, I know we're cutting
Yeah.
future into the chapter a little bit, but just like that general design of like him sitting in this vat of water, and then the way he detects it is by abnormalities splashing up into water. It's just such a cool idea as a sorcery power to be a sensory guy. Also, it's a really good design. I also love how we're getting more of seeing a bunch of various lamps here in this chapter. So of course, with all the Iori stuff, we learned about how important lamps are for sorcery, and I'm really enjoying being able to see more of them intertwined into the story, really pushing that point home when before it was sort of just like, I'll believe you
Lamps are
almost.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we find the lamps are powerful.
Oh, absolutely.
And the inspiration from Naruto is almost it's even too obvious that he got inspired from Naruto for this guy.
Dude, I'm gonna be so honest. I did not notice the water thingy around him, like at all. And so then I just looked at the water splashing because I was like, "What are they talking about?" That's so sick. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
like when there was disturbances in the barrier, it made water drip down
Yeah,
the splash.
and it made splash. Oh, that's
Yeah.
sick. Wow, I'm really unobservant. Good job, guys.
Okay, let's talk about Kuguri again here for a second because
Yes,
like
let's go.
Real.
Let's go back.
okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest. When I read it, I read the leaks, duh. When I read it in Japanese, the way I read it was completely wrong. I read it as bankruptcy. Don't know why. Doesn't even have any of the radicals or anything in the kanji for bankruptcy. But here's the thing:
Yeah.
the name bankruptcy actually makes sense for what the power is, though.
No, yeah, it legitimately does.
Yeah.
Like going bankrupt, spending all of your energy, pretty much.
Yeah, it was really interesting that I read it that way. It just happened to be that way, but I was so wrong. It was more. I know. What did you say? It was more like it was like Twilight.
Rift Twilight.
Twilight.
Rift Twilight.
Ripped Twilight. Yeah, that's right.
Ooh,
How it came out more in the literal translation, which I thought was so cool.
that is cool.
Yeah, I think
Sorry,
it's more cool
sorry for
than
the snoring.
Twilight Wave.
Sorry for the snoring and the zooming cats in the background.
Yo,
There's
you're
cats
good.
with zoom and a snoring roommate.
What's the name of your cat?
There's two of them, and I just moved in here, so I don't know their names yet. I forgot.
Oh.
They're little kittens, though.
Oh.
Little itty bitty kitties.
Good old
Oh.
cats.
Nice.
Ripped Twilight. That's such a cool thing.
That is cool.
Yeah, I will say though, I do like Twilight Wave. Also sounds pretty cool, but I think we're all
Twilight
winning
Wave sounds
whatever
way
name we
better.
want to use.
Twilight Wave sounds way better. It did really good with that. Like it was almost like the translation of to party and then banquet. I think banquet was like a much cooler way of it.
Yeah. We're to party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just choosing
I mean,
that
it
proper
fits.
wordplay. Wherever they want.
Yeah, but it was like
Imagine,
party in the sense of
imagine in the anime this scene where during the fight, the sword fight here, Kuruki goes, Hakuri, and things exploding. Beautiful.
Yep. Dude, when they animate that scene, it'd be crazy.
Like every other else.
Yeah, when they animate the scene of Kuguri doing his, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna go hard.
No, whenever they
Never saw
animate
it.
any of this, it is going to go hard.
No,
I
I
don't
know.
know what you're
I'm
talking
so
about.
excited.
But dude, okay, you guys have to have seen the fan animation of Chihiro versus Sojo, right?
Oh, of
On
course,
YouTube.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna edit that into the video just so people can get a snippet of it. That animation goes so. I was about to say something inappropriate, but it would have fit.
Dude, not to be that gal, but when Shiba gets animated, that
Oh,
the world should be scared.
And hey, that's
Oh,
just episode
dude.
1.
I know,
You have
I
to-
know.
you have to remember that when manga gets turned into anime, that's when all the nasty drawings and stuff start to come out.
Let's go.
No.
I mean, what? Who said that?
Gonna
Okay.
Oh, what? Who said that?
I'm kidding.
Great.
The world should fear me and my sister whenever Sheba gets animated, because we will be crazy.
Oh, it's okay. Me
Holy
too.
fuck.
I'll be going nuts with you, sister.
Fair enough, fair enough. True, Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah, hey, I'll go to the East Coast and me, you, and Glow can turn it into the stomping grounds. And then we'll travel to Italy and turn those into the stomping grounds. And we'll just bocce the whole world.
So true.
I find it really,
Kagura.
really funny that most of the audience who's listening to this does not get to Tuesday, Thursday joke, because that was from before we started recording earlier. And I think it's way funnier if we just do not explain it whatsoever.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, Edo,
Yeah.
we're gonna travel to Italy and we're gonna Kagura on their bocce, okay?
No.
Yep, we're gonna Kagura on Italy's bocce. We're coming.
It's like the rumbling, but it's just Kagurabachi.
No, it's the rumbling, but it's all giant chars.
Oh yeah.
that's
In
so
this
good.
case, go ahead.
It's just
You can do
giant.
it.
It's just giant chars. It's like Anya from Spy X Family, but it's char,
I'm terrified.
Oh yeah.
and it's the rumbling.
Beautiful.
And it's the rumbling.
I want
No,
to
but
see
see,
it
that
now.
would be the healing, not the rumbling.
So true.
Yeah, that would be healing. We've gotten so far off track, and I love it. Dude, oh my god, your baby boy's face after he got out of the
I
building
know.
there was so bad. It was so bad, girl. Oh my god,
I
I
know.
cried. I'm actually crying now
You're
looking
so
at it.
real for that. You're literally so real. Yeah,
I'm
no, it
crying
makes me
now
very
looking at
sad.
It was devastating watching
You
his
know,
face be
it bums me out real bad.
like, he said, "Kill me."
I know. Like, ugh, he doesn't deserve it. He's done
Hey,
nothing wrong
Samura's
in
a
his life ever. Like,
Samura's a real one for stepping on Kumayuri though, so Kuguri couldn't get it.
Yeah, I'm honestly
Yeah.
very interested to see what happens with the Displayed and if it ends up going to the Kamunabi headquarters with the rest of these guys.
He's gonna give it to Chihiro. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna
Chihiro's
give it to
convince
Uhura
him.
when he's alive again. What?
Right. Hey, remember, he's not supposed to be able to revive the dead with Suzaku.
In theory,
Theoretically. Theoretically.
My stocks are still high.
Okay, Edo, question. What was your reaction to Hirohiko's face? Are you a Hirohiko Glazer or hater?
Well, I think it's a very great character, very great build with a strong personality. When I
Yes.
saw him basically like Sukuna in the final,
Oh god.
I was like, yeah, it was expected.
He did get the old Cleveland dismantled, didn't he? Dude, guys, I'm not even fronting right now. I'm so sorry, but my roommate's snoring so loud.
Discord cuts it out, so it's not a problem for us
Oh,
sitting
no.
here listening to it.
Oh shit, that's
And
awesome.
I can barely hear you. You seriously think I can hear what's behind you? If I can barely hear your voice?
Well, I'm glad I can hear your voice at least.
Yeah, through my audio, you're fine, and then it's just you. Whenever you talk, you can hear a little bit of your background noise, but it's no problem.
Okay, that's not bad. Cool.
Back on
Dude,
topic.
oh my god. I'm reading the panel right now. It says, "Those eyes. He feels nothing for me, not even hatred. Kill me." Oh my god, dude.
I know. I mean, it has hands. It has hands.
That one definitely has hands. That panel has some serious. Dude, that panel's packing some fucking kung fu.
Top
Some
10
kung fu.
themes in anime.
That panel packs some kung fu.
That page was
Dude.
made just to make me cry. Fun fact.
Okazono targeted
Oh,
specifically.
Yeah, no, he did. He targeted me himself.
Horizontal did what horizontal does best, and / he horizontaled you. Okay, this part here where Samura's like that bastard Shiba. like Shiba wasn't gonna fucking tell Chihiro what happened.
Literally. He's so funny for that though. Like, god damn it,
I
Shiba.
think we can
yeah.
all safely,
Shiba's just messy like that, you know?
I think we can all assume safely though that Shiba's not the traitor though, because why would the traitor fucking hide that
Oh, yeah,
information? and
no.
try
Yeah,
to-
no, and also,
No,
like,
Yeah, no,
he
Shiba
was
is a good boy.
always wanting to protect Kunoshige. Like, if Shiba ends up turning out the traitor, I will have some very choice words for people, because it just doesn't
Words
make
off.
any sense right now. None at all.
I don't think it makes sense either.
It doesn't make sense. Now, I honestly though, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to lose faith in Azami a little bit.
No, stop it. We must stay strong.
He was the first one to jump up.
Yeah, but that
jumped
could...
up.
Yeah.
But you know what else that could be? It could be one of those situations like, oh man, the people are here who killed one of my best friends. Let me go get revenge
That's
on
true.
them here in a moment.
You-
That's
it
how
does-
I
yeah.
read
He
it
just wants to
personally.
fight.
Yeah, he just
It
wants
goes
to get
either.
back at
You
him.
can make it either way.
You
like you can
legitimately
make
can.
it.
Guys,
Yeah.
I
like
have
you,
a scary theory. I
Yeah.
have a scary theory, guys.
Yeah.
What if Mask Face is the traitor and he's like about to kill Hakuri or try to?
So that's my current. I think that Maskface is a traitor, and he is my favorite member of the Kabunogi right now. So I cannot wait to see whenever his reveal happens, because he's the
Oh,
one who's
man.
there getting up Hakuri right now. I 100% think it's him. The short geezer guy, he's not it. He's just trying to be a good citizen of the Kabunogi. It is
I don't
legitimately.
know. I still put my
Masked
stocks
Man.
in Gremlin.
No, Masked Man is the one. I've said it here first. You know.
See, I think I
You
didn't
know
even
what?
think about that, but the fact that he's getting Hakuri up right after brain surgery and being like, "Hey, go get him," maybe that is a little suspicious.
Well, it seems
But-
like he's just trying to move him. Hakuri seemed to be the one who wanted to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Of
it
course he
seemed like
does.
to me it seemed like Masked Guy just wanted to move him somewhere safe. I still put my stocks in Gremlin because he seemed to like, when they invaded, he was like, "Oh, I thought they were gonna do this." Like he kind of had an idea of their plans and like.
That's what
you
I
know-
was thinking.
What I mean, all right. So me and Cal, we place our stocks in Gremlin. You place your stocks in Mask. Edo, who do you think the traitor is?
But as I already told, as I already said the last time, I think or the guy or someone else that we haven't seen much about because Okasan is planning to set his character around being the traitor. So maybe
You think it's Earlobe guy?
Who?
You think it's the guy with the crazy ears, right?
Crazy Ears? Oh, that one.
Yeah, yeah, like the earlobe guy.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. It would be really funny if it was a long neck guy.
The long neck guy.
Just
Long neck
because
guy
he's
is
too
funny.
goofy to
He
be a
gives me like
traitor.
We're just all over here talking shit on other sorcerers, and it's Giraffe Guy the whole time.
no, literally, dude, giraffe guy gives me like Star Wars energy, like that long neck.
Yeah, I can
He
see
does.
that.
Like it does though. He's like a Star Wars like alien.
That's extremely valid.
Okay. So here's a crazy one. So
Oh.
like, Chihiro, he said, like, Samura jumps up immediately. And he's like, "Your dad's still a hero, by the way. Like, don't think don't think anything bad about your dad. It wasn't him. It was the Swordmaster." And Chihiro goes, "So I've been told."
Yeah, Chihiro's
That-
losing faith in all of this.
He's losing. Well, to me, I kind of interpreted it as it seems like Chihiro is moving more towards a path of, I'm not doing this for revenge anymore, or even for my father. I'm just doing this to protect people now. Type. Like that's where he's moving in a like directionally, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna lose faith in his father and just do it to protect people instead, because he can't have faith in anything but that.
I don't know. I mean, spending 18 years with your father. No.
I don't think he'll ever hate his
Mm.
father or have any,
Yeah.
wrong feelings about his father. I just think he's gonna lose a little bit of faith, in his father, because he was told everything. He knows about the Swordmaster's crimes, you know.
No, I definitely think that
I don't
we're
know.
going to have a breaking point with Chihiro where he learns a whole lot more about, like, he knows a lot of the basics of the Seitai War right now. I mean, of course, he knows about the malediction. Of course, Shiba told him all this. We learned that this chapter. But I legitimately think there's going to be a moment wherever he meets the Sword Saint, and this is like when everything's hitting the fan. Like, nothing's good going on right now. And we're going to learn some interesting things about Kunishige from the Sword Saint, and I really feel like
for sure.
that's going to make Chihiro have to recontextualize almost his entire life up to this point to get to this moment, and I guess it would be one of those moments where Chihiro just loses faith. I mean, I don't see a world in where we don't have an event like that.
Oh, and
Yeah,
I
I
think
can
we're
see it.
definitely going to... Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh,
I can hear you.
you guys... Okay, you can hear me? I can't hear him. Is he talking?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So,
I'm trying
there you
to
are.
hear you, but it's going even lower.
No, it's okay. I said you can go ahead and say what you were about to say.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay. All right. So, I think we're I think we're definitely heading towards an arc where we visit Shikoku Island, and
Oh
I'm so
shit.
excited.
That
Like,
will be beautiful.
yeah, there has to be a Shikoku arc. There has to. Why wouldn't we go to this island that the malediction is supposedly still running rampant on? You know what I mean?
That
We
I
have to at some
Yeah,
once I never thought of that, and you're. I feel like you're so right.
I have to be. There's no, we can't not see this island that just popped up out of nowhere, poof, below the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, not see it. Have to.
maybe at the end of the so-called Shokoku arc, the island will sink down.
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy. The island, if the island sunk at the end. Yeah,
Like One Piece
go to
core
the
shoots
island.
up
We
into
have
the sky.
right. We go to the island. We have a big old fight with the sword master. Shoots up into the sky. Crazy Ashura's wrath type shit, and then it falls back down and sinks into the ocean. And lost battle of the century, guys.
Absolutely.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am. I just don't have much to
Oh,
say.
okay,
Right?
okay.
Yeah, it's a cool
No,
idea.
I just wanted to make sure that you, I
What do
just
you
wanted
mean
to
you
make sure
don't
you
think
didn't.
the island's gonna shoot into the sky?
If anything, the island sinking, I think, would be a lot more interesting in general. Just like,
The island's.
again,
Well,
it
no,
just
but then
being.
it's like One Piece, guys. It's like One Piece if it goes into the
Oh
sky.
yeah, that would be like a One Piece ripoff, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Everything is a One Piece ripoff.
Everything is One
Okay,
Piece. It
let's
connects back.
let's be real.
Kagurabachi is the One
Real,
Piece.
dude. You just broke the internet. Kagurabachi
Oh, you
is
know
the One Piece.
Yeah, I've been to Laugh Tale myself, and I read the poneglyph, and it was just the opening of Kagurabachi, and I was real confused, but then I was like, this makes so
It's
much sense.
so sweet. Yes, now let's honestly just to veer off track for a minute. If the One Piece happens to be the friends they made along the way, I am gonna flip my lid.
Are you a One Piece fan?
I have a love-hate relationship with One Piece.
See, it's
I
my
love
favorite.
and I hate it. I love it. I love it to death, and I hate it. But I love it so much, but I hate it. But I love it. You know, it's one of those.
That's fair.
Yeah, it took me forever to catch up.
Oh yeah, it took me 2
And
years.
it took me almost exactly 1 year for the anime, but I was watching it with my sister, so it made it way easier
Wait,
because I never would have got through it myself.
you watched the anime? Gosh, that's insane.
Yeah. I watched the anime, and then afterward, where the anime left off, I read the chapters from there. And
That's insane.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
caught
have.
up on both the manga and the anime right now, so I'm like, I'm in the shits.
I've watched maybe
I'm in the
an
trenches.
episode of the anime, and I just read the manga.
Dude,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
okay.
fair.
You could just watch One Piece though.
Yeah, but I've heard
That's
that's
what
not that.
I'm doing.
I feel like at that point, just wait, really?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I feel like honestly, I wish that like I could like memory ray and like erase my memories for One Piece and then read it because I feel like reading it for the first time would be so cool. But like,
Yeah.
dude, imagine like reading weekly and being in like Marineford or something. I think I would have like had an aneurysm.
No, okay, how about this? Can you imagine being Oda-san and knowing the single most sought after secret in all of pop culture history just in your head?
Nah.
True.
Like he knows. He knows what the One Piece is. He's writing the story.
I also love how like he's even said like, oh yeah, it's changed like 15 times because I don't want readers to be disappointed. It's honestly hilarious.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh man. All right. Now we can get back on topic.
Thank you
Oh,
for
what?
indulging my One Piece.
It's okay. I love One Piece and hate it and love it. And hate it. Okay. So now flipping over to page 14 and 15, you're at our headquarters.
Woo!
So what I want to know, how do they have like transmission sorcery where they can transmit information in this universe? Because how are the Masumi reporting that they're encountering Samura and Kyoto with all of the chaos at that building going on?
Magic, don't think about it.
It's the lantern, guys. The lanterns. That's how they do it.
It could be, yeah.
I'm literally looking at the panel and there's a message coming out of the lantern in
Oh my
Kamunabi HQ.
gosh, I didn't realize that was a lantern. I just straight up thought that was like a PA system.
Dude, I did not realize what that was either, but it's another lantern.
Like I said, lanterns
Nice.
are everywhere in this chapter.
There is some huge cultural significance to lanterns in Japanese mythology, but I can't remember it right now. Maybe Edo will know.
Well, I should know since I have an exam about it in a few weeks, but I don't.
It's okay. I can just look it up. We're all on computers. We can use Google, right?
That's so true.
But as
Let's
we're
see.
looking this up real quick, I want to know, who is everybody's Kabunabi member? Because of course, if we're at Kabunabi headquarters, we each have to have one of these members who is our favorite.
Like just
yeah.
Azami.
I'm Azami. Sorry guys. No, I'm actually Kazane Machi. I'm the potential man of Kagurabachi. I'm the Megumi.
Oh, I love Megumi so much. You can't don't bring him into this.
I love Megumi. I love how he's got
He's
a
my
female.
favorite. He's my favorite in JJK.
I'm the mask guy. Just know, whenever he turns traitor, I will be leaving this podcast because he'll no longer be part of the organization.
You better not turn around and join the Hishaku Hideout podcast. I'll be pissed. You better not turn traitor. You better not join the Hishaku Hideout podcast. I'll be pissed, even if it is for the lore. I'll come to the East Coast and find you.
You got a lot of searching to do. Get started now, because whenever he is the traitor, you heard it here first. That's how we're doing this.
All right, so Cal, what are we gonna do if Gremlin is the traitor? Then
Cheer.
We're just gonna affect.
Yeah, we're gonna. We feed him to your cats.
Okay, guys. So the cultural The cultural significance of lanterns in Japanese culture are symbols of tradition, spirituality, and guidance.
I
A
feel
little
that
on the
fits.
nose.
Yeah. I remember.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Let's see. Oh, there's more. Stone lanterns, often found in gardens and shrines, are associated with Buddhist cosmology and the 5 elements. While paper lanterns are associated with like spirit festival, guide spirits.
Interesting.
So that's cool. I like that. I like the whole distinction between stone lanterns and paper lanterns too. I thought that was cool.
And I mean, all of the lanterns we seem to see, I'm guessing, are like a stone of some kind.
Yeah, they look like stone lanterns, which makes a little more sense with Kagurabachi's, whole sorcery.
Yeah, I mean, we also know, like, in this series, there are just, like, random fortune tellers who have, like, power to, like, foresee things in the future. So, like, this is a world, like, really where this sorcery is just, like, everything imbued in it. I mean, we have force fields for an entire city base under Tokyo. I mean, it's all just
Right.
magic shenanigans. We should not be thinking too clearly about this, as we
Manic
all are.
shenanigans fits.
Exactly.
Manic shenanigans fits with that, though. Let's be real. You could call those shenanigans manic. Giant force fields underground and the whole city level bases.
Yeah, there's a whole force field activated with like water, and we're like, the lantern is a PA system. How interesting.
Yeah, how interesting.
Oh my gosh, it's like, not to circle back to this, but it's like the snails in One Piece, guys. It's like the snails.
World building.
Okazono.
World building. That's what we got.
Okazono's like, everybody. You know, I said I do everything intentionally, but I didn't mean that intentional.
The true, I guess you can say, world building is speaking lanterns.
Guys, I'm
I
so
love it.
excited. I'm so excited to see Hatshaku fight finally, and to possibly
Yeah, he's
learn.
kind of excited. He's excited about it, and I appreciate that energy.
Yeah, he says this thing's strong, and his face is like sweating, trying
He
to
looks
break the
crazy.
barrier.
He looks real cool, actually.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't think
can't
I'd
wait.
be
One thing,
excited about Hat Guy, but
one thing that I noticed about the panel is that Hatshaku does not have the black sclera in his eyes. That's strange.
Interesting.
I was gonna say, is that like the clearest we've seen him? Cause like,
I think
or
it
at least
is.
like the closest up we've seen him, because that looks so clear.
No, no,
I guess we
in
saw
the
a really
first
close up
chapter.
in like chapter 1.
Yeah, and also whenever he was there fighting against Samura in the Shinkatsuji Temple, I think we got a decent enough view of his face during then.
Maybe it's just because it's so like that. I guess that would have been in the new style
It's
too.
just the-
I don't
it's
know.
just the
It caught me off
emotion.
guard though. I like it.
It's the emotional expression on his face that I
Maybe.
like of excitement and like he's like ready. You know what I mean? And I love it.
Yeah, no, he's got a
Nice
nice,
Sugar
exciting
Tiger.
energy to him.
Well, it's a nice contract to like the censor sorcerer guy who's got a blank expression on his face. You know what I mean?
True. He looks real cool though. I love his design.
Dude, I love his little eye things that kind of look like Uruha's hat tassels.
Yeah. Oh, I miss him. I miss Ruha. No.
Yoji, my boy, come back. Yoji, come
You just
back.
made me mourn him.
Aruha
All
will
over
be
again.
back soon. Mark my words.
I know, that's what I've been saying, man. That's what I've been saying. I so
Mark my
agree.
words, he will become a grade 1 sorcerer by the end of this series.
Well, hey, one question. Did we ever see that Hakuri registered Aruha? Or, because I know, of
No,
course,
he didn't.
Did he or
Didn't
did
register.
he
He
not?
was about to. Yeah, he was
I
about
thought-
to.
He was
but
about to.
Uruha was like, "No, save your energy."
Yeah, and then
Remember?
and then we got Toby Mune back. So,
Yes.
whenever Hakuri summons both Shira and Samura here, I guess he won't summon Aruha also.
I think he'll probably only summon Chihiro, to be honest with you.
I think he'll summon Chihiro, and then if things are getting bad enough, he'll summon the other one. Or otherwise. We'll see. I mean, it's just
It would be
how
a
big the
cool
threat's
time.
looking.
I'm probably gonna find out tonight, about 5 days before you guys.
Oh.
It's okay. I won't spoil anything. I
Me
promise.
too.
I'm not into spoilers. I don't like to spoil, but I know it's gonna hit hard.
Yeah, next chapter's going to be very interesting. I mean, I know we're not through everything with it yet, but just seeing where we go next. It's going to be...
No, they
Where
went
we're cutting
in.
to.
They went in and corrected Gremlin saying Hibiki. It says Hiyuki
Really?
now.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
say
it says
Hibiki.
Yay.
Yeah, they corrected it. Nice.
Nice.
I will say, whenever Viz does make a mistake like that, they are often very good at going back and after they realize, oh crap, we messed this up, going back and actively fixing it. Because this has happened a few other times in other series where just like the most minor mistakes made and they'll go back and fix it. So happy that they did,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
nice.
Dude, guys, Edo pointed out something really cool to me about Chihiro's sword's powers. They don't just mean black, red, and brocade. They have other
Yeah,
meanings
I
to them.
remember.
Edo, tell them the other meanings to Chihiro's powers. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, Nishiki is simply coat to coat. Uh, Kuro actually is the kanji. I don't remember how it's read, but it means black soil. And Aka, that kanji is actually read twice as shoujo, and it's like a mythical creature between the human and god. I remember it's because there's a no theater play about this, where this shoujo meets like a merchant that and manages to make him rich, and in the end, those two party together with some like infinite wine or as infinite sake fountain, so they get drunk and sleep. And when the merchant wakes up, the shoujo is no more, but there's still the fountain. So yeah, this that aka. If you search it up, the kanji alone, it means orangus, but it's actually shoujo, which is this creature.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a demigod that has its own like. There's like a special type of Japanese play that's performed in a certain type of style, and the kanji for Aka is based off of a demigod from one of those plays. So yes, it does mean red, but it also means orangutan and then shoujo, which is the demigod.
That
Isn't
is
that
Yeah,
cool?
but
really cool.
And then also kuro means black soil, which is interesting because I don't know if anyone remembers, but I said to me, kuro reminds me more of ink. It's like ink. And that's kind of
but
how
watch
ink
out,
was made in ancient Japan is by use of black soil.
watch out
Hmm.
because Hokazono uses a very interesting technique when writing. I don't remember how it's called, but basically there's the kanji and the reading, which are two separate things. Another example can be the Sumerete kute kakurete arigato samura no musume, which is thanks for being born Samura's daughter, the female child. Uh, when Hiruhiko met Chihiro and Yori in the elevator. But yeah, with the reading, he says Musume, which is daughter. But with the kanji is actually how was there? Jote, which is the weak point. So yeah, there's a double meaning of what the character says and what the character means. Another example, even though it's less impacting, is right in this chapter where old short grandpa says, "Kuchira kureto wa," uh, near the end, where he says, just a second, let me find the English version. Hard to believe they attacked the HQ because the kanji means actually HQ, headquarter, but he reads it as Kochira here.
Yeah, it's read
So
different
yeah,
because that's part of the intro I created for this channel is I say Kamunabi Honbu. Honbu means headquarters, but they use a completely different kanji and like meaning for it. It's crazy, actually. I love how Hokuzono uses
If you
stuff
want
on comics
to
and stuff.
if you want to pick the kanji alone, the first one means book or origin. Second is part. So yeah, it doesn't look like headquarters to me.
Yeah, I love Hokuzono's writing style because I have this theory that this is why we don't get characters' names very often. Because
Yeah, you told me.
yeah, because once we know a character's name in Kagurabachi, we can literally almost determine their role for the entire story. I mean,
Yeah, it's a
Toga,
very
your,
interesting.
Cal, your husband's name, you're gonna love
Yeah.
this. It
Yeah.
means something along the lines of like a good dog and a good soldier. Or something like that. Like that's literally what hit Togo Shiba means. It's like it's something along the lines of a good dog. But like when they
Good
say a good
boy.
dog, they're talking about a soldier.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. See, I love Hokuzono. You know what? I want to marry Takeru Hokuzono. He's my. I'm going after you, bud. I'm coming to Japan
When you
and I'm gonna
said
marry.
when you said good dog, I imagine the petting hand gif
Yeah.
on Shiba's plushie.
Shiba Inu, the puppies in
I was
Japan.
gonna
No, no,
say Shiba
Togo
is a
Shiba.
dog.
Yeah,
Togo
yeah.
Shiba's plushie, like petting here, saying good boy.
Oh man. All right. Back on track because we only got one page left to talk about, I guess. I guess we already kind of talked about it, but still, we'll go back over it.
Of course.
So, Azami popping up, grabbing his wrist, looking angry as hell now that I look at this panel again. Looking angry, saying, I'll hit them. Oh my god, does that go hard?
It does. I love him so much.
Oh my god, does that go hard? Well, and so in the Japanese, I love the translation they used. So in the Japanese, it was more something like need to blow off some steam.
No, in Japanese it's boku ga naguru, which is I'll assault, I'll strike, I'll beat them.
Really? Did I read that one wrong too? There's no way. No way I read that one wrong
I'm
too.
seeing it right now, so
Oh no, dude. I'm losing my edge. Oh no. Well, that's crazy.
an interesting thing that we
I'm
need
sorry,
to.
Glow, but I still think Gremlin is the traitor, Glow.
You're wrong. There's just no other way
No.
I can tell you. I mean, yeah, what is he saying here? Like, oh man, okay, I've got my hands in all of the bidding here. That's just because he's a good leader. I mean, he even says like, hey, the Hashaku, who thought they were going to come down here? I thought they were going to do this with Samura first. And that's not because he
Oh, but
knows
look
things.
at
That's because he knows their psyche. That's because he's old, he's wise, he's smart. And because of all
look
of
at
this,
his face though. Look at his face in the bottom right corner panel of the second to last page. He said, look at his face as he's saying, what are they plotting? Well, in any case.
that's
He
the
looks
face
suspicious.
of an old
He looks
man.
suspicious. No, that's the face of somebody going, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Being suspicious. Yeah, no,
suspicious.
I see. I don't feel too intensely strong about my opinions that it is the short old man, but now I feel like fully committing to it since I've like said it multiple times. I still think out of everybody that he kind of is the most suspicious, but like,
How
Holds the
is
most
yeah,
stock.
no.
How is he more suspicious than the earlobe guy who we know nothing about?
The earlobe guy just looks goofy though. Like he just looks too goofy to be a traitor.
I
Honestly,
I mean, I don't know how
And
many of you guys have sat
Same with
down and
giraffe.
yeah, I don't know how many of you guys have sat down and fully read through Hunter x Hunter.
I
I
love Hunter
haven't.
x Hunter.
Yeah, well, do you
I
guys
love
remember?
Hunter.
There's the whole idea of like who is the sort of like the traitor in the I forget what but like the
Phantom Troop?
Zodiac. No, the Zodiac guys.
Oh, the Zodiac guys. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but the guy who it is just the guy who looks like the most random. He was not really ever built up for it. It was sort of just like, oh, it's just this guy. Hope you know now. So it's just one of those things where I'm going to find it very interesting. I mean, same thing like whenever there's any traitor in any shonen manga, it's always just how does the author want to go through and take this? And personally, I don't think it's the old guy. I mean, I've made that abundantly clear. He's just old. That's all there is.
he's just old, man.
You guys just think old people are concerning, and that's the problem, you know?
Wow. Okay, now you're calling me seniorist.
Seniorist is crazy.
Like I said, whenever my opinions are proven wrong, I'm gonna have to leave this podcast.
No, dude. If you join the Hishaku hideout, I am gonna hunt you down and I'm gonna drag you back.
Hey, but the bad guys are always the coolest, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? Their podcast is cool, but we're trying to be cooler here. All right, we're trying to be cooler. We're trying to be the cool good guys. We're totally in the wrong though. As the Kamunabi, we know we're in the wrong here.
No, yeah, as a Kamunabi, we know everything. We know what this
We
old
know.
guy's thinking.
We know we're in the wrong here. No, we don't know what the old guy's thinking. Don't put words into my head.
We do. He gives us a whole internal monologue
Like straight
for
up.
like 3 pages.
I know. He just seems so suspicious, dude. Like
He
I
is,
just can't.
dude.
I will
can't
say,
get over
whenever
his-
I was reading this chapter, I was sitting down here and I'm like, alright, how are they going to look at all of this and just be like, alright, how is he wrong? How is he the evil guy? I was sort of like just plotting all this out in my mind. But you know what? It's not him.
Dude. Watch, we're all gonna be wrong, and it's gonna be somebody who wasn't even part of the group of people who hid Rokuhiro. Watch.
No, literally, it's gonna be just one of those people that wasn't even in that 4 panel, like that panel of like the 4 of them
Guys,
at
it's
all.
gonna be Giraffe Neck, guys. It's gonna be Giraffe Neck. Okay,
It's
let's
Giraffe
put our
Guy.
stocks in that. I think we're getting the trade.
One of the
trader
two
feel
that
like
was
the-
at the. Remember the two that was at the Seiichi? That like
Oh,
did
that guy.
nothing.
guy at the Seiichi.
I would laugh my ass off if it was like he or the girl.
Oh, if it was Toothpick Guy. Or the girl. Toothpick Kamunabi. That's his name.
Hey,
Okay,
whenever we
guys,
get
all
his
right.
name, it's going to be the most important name in the series. We're going to learn that he's like the savior of the world, alright? We just have to wait to get his name in about 140 chapters.
Oh my god. No, it'll be like 300 chapters. No, okay, guys. Okay. Here's the stock crazy theory for the day. All right. Kamunabi Headquarters is falling. Things are going really bad. Soya, Enji, and the surviving Sasanamis come to Hakuri's aid. Takes back the Kamunabi Headquarters.
I don't.
You're right, it's crackpot theory.
I
Blackbot
It's
theory,
definitely a theory.
I
yeah.
was thinking about it though. I was like, think about how cool that would actually be though if there was like kind of like a redemption arc between him and his family later.
The ones that are like still
Wasn't
alive and
told yet.
kicking, like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like...
Specifically
I
Enji.
missed Henry.
Missed Henry too. He was
Yeah, Tenry was cool. He didn't
Henry
deserve
was
that.
just a baby boy.
He was. He was literally younger than Hakuri, and Hakuri's just a little baby.
Henry's little baby boy too.
And now he's dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he's-
is.
Yep. You hit the hammer on the nail there.
Samura was not around with Toby Mune to save him there.
Nope. Summer was
No.
not there to save Henry. So poor Henry.
My jellyfish man is gone.
My jellyfish is gone.
No.
No, not my jellyfish.
There was one that had braids, didn't he? Like a.
Enji.
Wait, is he dead?
No, he's alive. Him and the
Oh,
girl
good.
are alive.
Okay, I like him.
And also,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
because
know
he's
if-
the one. He's the one
I
that
think
Samura,
Soya's
not
death.
Samura,
Oh,
Shiba like
sorry.
convinces him, right, to become like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I think Soya's death was left personally or like purposefully ambiguous.
I think Soy's alive.
Yeah, Soya is the one.
You think he's alive?
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
Soya's alive.
Oh, then
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
go
they're
find
poisoned.
him and kill him.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think he is going to be a bigger threat later on. Like, he disappears for a while, comes back, and I think we're going to get that really satisfying moment of Hakuri finally putting his brother in his place again for like the final time.
Oh,
Yep.
I just
Yep.
don't even want him to look Hakuri's direction. Stay away from my child.
Now it'll be interesting, if something like that actually does happen, because like, are they gonna go the fairy tale route and have him kind of regress in his trauma a tiny bit before he fights him? Or is he just gonna be fully over that shit and he's just gonna whoop Soya's ass again?
And you know
I mean,
what?
I feel like
We'll wait
he'd
and
probably
see.
be thrown off by it. I feel like he'd be thrown off by it.
Yes, I agree. What were
That
you
dude
saying?
used potato peelers on him. Like, be for
It's-
real. I'm gonna find Soya myself and beat him up.
Let's jump, guys. We'll go to Japan. We'll jump.
I'll get me and my husband Shiba and we'll embarrass Soya.
Hey, you just gotta ring his phone once.
True. This the guy?
Dude, that was like
And
the
then
greatest.
into the sky. Boom.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hello, I was
Shiva
supposed to
no
talk to
longer-
you.
Right. Shiva was no longer an off-screen merchant that chapter. I almost said episode.
I said episode yesterday when I was talking to my sister about chapters, and then I was like, oh my gosh, someone take the reins,
mean,
take
if-
control of me.
It's put together so well. It's like reading an anime.
Honestly, no, literally, like especially it's drawn so dynamic
Yeah, don't worry. As a guy who
too that like I can
sits-
literally like see it in motion in my head.
What were you saying, Glow?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a guy who talks about like 7 different manga series and like a bunch of anime series, I get my wires crossed constantly saying, "Oh, welcome back to this chapter of Oh no, this is an episode of an anime," and doing vice versa. I do it constantly.
Oh yes, I only imagine. Imagine. I only have the brain capacity for one. Just the bocce.
Just
Well-
good old Kagurabachi.
Just the good old bocce. Well, you got anything else to say, Edo, before I do closing remarks?
yeah, I wanted to point out something that we overlook, especially in English, which are the pronouns. Not to be political, but in Japanese, the word "I" can be mm, mm, a lot. It can be watashi, boku, ore, watashi, watashi. There are many of them. Each of them, I think that there is the social ladder for them. Like if you're talking to a superior, you use boku or something like that. But in manga specifically, I think that the personality can be understood by the pronouns. For example, Azami here uses boku, which is a very childish pronounce. I mean, children, the fucking pronouns, children. When they start talking about themselves, they start with their name. For example, if I was a Japanese child, to say I am happy, I would say Edo-chan, Edo-kun wa ureshii, which literally is Edo is happy. Later
so
on,
you're talking about yourself in like a third person, right?
yeah, that's a very childish thing. In fact, when I write child characters, I I make them talk in third person. Uh, Boku is another very childish pronouns, and this with the fact that when when we first saw Azami, he was basically crying and screaming because he got hurt. I think
Yeah,
that
when he cut his
reveals a
hand, I
very
remember
childish personality.
that was my favorite scene of Azami, hands down.
So yeah, maybe next time when we'll see other pronouns, I think we should pay more attention to them.
Oh yeah, for sure. It'll be really interesting actually that you point that out. I'll pay attention too because like it's interesting to see how characters like, pronoun themselves in this series. I'll definitely have to
Yeah. Another
do that.
example, if I don't remember bad, for example, there's some, I don't remember who, but there's this one character that refers to themselves as Ore-sama, which Ore is already a very rude pronoun. If you combine it with the Sama, which is Lord, you use it to a god, to the shogun, to the emperor. It reveals a very rude personality, a very self-centered.
So like the way they pronoun themselves is almost reflecting them as characters in a way as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually I never noticed that before. Never noticed that before. That's really cool.
Yeah, for example,
Guys,
now that I'm translating one of my one of my novels into Japanese, I I'm choosing the pronouns. In fact, for example, this one who is a little bit too much self-confident uses ore as a pronoun, or this girl who is very shy at the start uses watashi, a more bland, neutral.
yeah, that's just I. Yeah,
Yeah,
what that's
they're
yeah,
all I,
yeah. But like
but
one of them is
the
more of like
choice,
a yeah. I see where you're going with this. Actually, that's you know I love Japanese. I love everything that comes out of Japan. Japan, Japan, Japan. I love Japan, guys.
It's a pretty
What?
cool place.
You know what? I think it is a absolutely swell place. That is why I am moving there in 2 years to work.
Really?
Yes, I'm only gonna move
Nikon,
there for
sumi ni ikimashou.
yeah. Come visit me. Come
That's
visit me,
so
Edo.
cool. Dude,
Yeah,
dude,
I'm only moving there for a year, but
that's still
it'll
cool.
be cool. Yeah, I'll be moving there
Two
with
of
my
my
aunts.
friends are in Tokyo right now. And they're at Tokyo Disneyland today. And I'm so extremely jealous of them.
Oh, I'm so jealous too. Although I want to go to shopping, like Ikebukuro, Akihabara. I really want to
Well,
go
I think I
Osaka.
think Tokyo is a little too much expensive to me. I think I prefer cities like Kamakura or Nara or Nagoya.
Kamakura would be nice. Yeah, Kamakura would be really nice actually. Or we could go
Yeah, with
visit the real
those
Shikoku Island.
real.
Yeah, it's not Shukoku though, it's Shikoku.
Well, no, maybe are we talking about Shokoku Island from Kagurabachi or Shikoku, the real island?
In real life.
No, it's
Shikoku.
a completely different place. It's
I know, I
very
know.
much.
I know, but we could still visit it. It would be cool.
For the lore.
Right. All right. I think any other closing remarks from anybody? Glow, you got anything you want to say?
No, this is just a really awesome chapter. Just so much going on in this chapter. It really doesn't come through on like a first read through, but in the short 19 pages we get, we see so many different scenes. I mean, we see an initial battle, we see a retreat, we see a confrontation, and then a meeting place. Like, there's just so many areas of this chapter, and I think this chapter was awesome. We got so many random things. Hey, we know what Twilight Wave is now. We go through, we understand some of this security system. There's just so much intrigue, and I can't wait to see where we go next time. If we stick with Hakuri and Azami going after some of the Hishaku, or next time are we going to learn all of the Hishaku identities? We're going to get like one of those famous villain group spreads in manga. It'll just be a fun time to see what we get, of course, on Sunday here in the States. What we're going to get. So I can't wait.
Hell yeah. I hope we get the Akatsuki spread for sure. Al, you got
think
anything you want to say?
Yeah, no, this chapter was really good, and like he was saying, there's so much going on, and like we get so many different things this chapter that get like dwelled into. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but there's so many different things that we, I guess, approach in detail in this chapter, except with like Chihiro and Hiruhiko and the headquarters. Like those are 3 segments of the chapter that each get like a really good moment out of all of them. And so it was so nice to have. I mean, Kagurabachi usually always has like 10 out of 10 chapters, like literally always, but this chapter was a real good one. Lots going on. I loved it.
Yep, this was an 11 out of 10 for sure. No, this was like a 25 out of 10.
Real.
Like, mark my words, the next chapter will break the internet. It absolutely
Gosh, I'm so excited but nervous.
It was like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry that I get to read it before you guys. You know, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
It's a choice that we make.
Yeah, we're so brave.
Hey, look at Minimura's face in my chat bubble, okay?
Minimura, there he is.
Smoking that joint, and he's saying one thing and one thing only. This shit is gas.
So true.
Perfect ending remarks right there. Yeah. All right, guys.
Let me end it with the part that they didn't translate. In Kyoto, Chihiro. In Tokyo, Hakuri. The 2 battlefield has started moving.
Battlefield has started moving, guys. Kamunabi Headquarters is under attack. Well, thanks to everyone who came out here with us and got on the episode and listened to us today. It was great. Go ahead and check out Glowplasma and Calcan 7 on YouTube. Their channels are great. They cover a lot of Kagurabachi stuff. Glow likes to cover way more than just Kagurabachi, so go ahead and give him a look. Definitely.
Yeah, I cover too many anime and manga. I should. I need to slow down.
Then Edo, thanks for getting on with us from all the way out from Italy. I know the time difference makes it a little rough sometimes, but we make it work. Appreciate
Absolutely
it.
not. It's always a pleasure.
Alrighty, well, thanks guys. Thanks for getting on the episode. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love you all.
Bye.
Thanks everybody who made it to the end of the video. My name's Karasu. I'd like to also give a thanks to Mikey, my editor, and big shout outs to Glowplasma and Calcan 7. Go ahead and go check out their channels. They do a lot of Kagurabachi stuff that's really cool. And big thanks to my friend Edo Serafino from Italy. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Till next time.